Well, we've got things sorted. It might have, just based on what little information, it might have been an issue with the Russian stream, but we're ready to roll.
Yeah, that's what we gathered from the server logs, but we are good to go. The 9th round has been completed. We're going to see North setting the CT side. They're currently a map up for those who maybe just joined us after the last hour.
Yep.
It will be HellRaisers, who looked pretty weak on train. They were up 5-0, remember, and they lost 16-7 overall. So that was North, a great resurgence. But even with players like Vox looking very good, HellRaisers is going to need to post 2 more rounds after that. We move on to North's pick now, which is Mirage. You can see the huddle coming in. They have had a real turbulent last 6 months. They really haven't done much with the North funding, backing, whatever you want to call it. It's a great organization, lots of money and power behind it, with FC Copenhagen at the helm of the operation. But the players haven't really lived up to expectations. They have managed to win 1 trophy this year in the former DreamHack Open Tours. But getting to the playoffs here, I think, would be significant and show they are bouncing back at this point and things are starting to work for them. With this sort of new lineup now, we're kind of seeing the better side of Mertz, especially in the previous map. He actually had a very good performance at the AWP, and he's gone to Mirage as well. Well, presumably he can continue those sort of antics because we all know Mirage loves the AWP.
It does, absolutely. It's definitely a formidable option on either side of the map in multiple positions. And we'll get things underway. North will start on the CT side. See what they elect to go with on their defensive. Okay, fair enough. I was going to say purchase. They've gone for all armor. So no kits.
Indeed.
And no smokes.
Oh, yes.
We'll often talk about that one kit. Or sorry, that one kit, one and one smoke often to offset. You can try and get a quick defuse in a smoke.
Yeah.
All things are chaotic in a pistol round. Won't happen here.
It. Yeah. Well, 1 P to 50 for Dead Fox. They might be going for some sort of run boost. I can see 3 players towards middle. That's quite common these days. But it's Merce to defend the window. The young sniper from Denmark will be challenged as Angel comes towards that underpass. And will be a flashbang towards middle to get Angel a bit of positional control as they go in towards middle. Be an A split eventually. You can see Dead Fox towards that A ramp. I assume they could go for him on the fake, but here's Voxic now coming in towards short. But great opportunity for Merce to find the headshots, but can't do it just yet. Man advantage. Now given away, it's a 3 versus 3.
Would have been beautiful had Mertz hit all of those, but he did hit the essential shot to keep himself alive and then therefore maintain the position. AZ will chime in with the kill against Dead Fox. So 3 plays 2. The 2 do have the bomb, and they've added a kill to their total. The last man to get a kill before that one was AZ. He's gone. And they'll rotate back through CT toward A. That has been read by Cabby. He'll go back to Cinders by A main, gets the headshot angle, and Mertz from far, remember, surviving earlier on, able to collect Voxic 1-0 for North.
Lovely stuff there from North after losing the first frag. Looked a little bit uncomfortable, but Mertz from the connector did hit the shot required, ended up getting 2 kills for himself. Gyabi good positioning towards the end there. Stopped the plant coming through, and that's going to be quite a disappointing finish for HellRaisers, all things considered. No plant coming through means they pretty much have to force buy here. They're not going to go for the full investment. Just 3 deals, make it 4 now. No armor, no nades. So trying to keep themselves relatively strong for the next round. Well, the first gun round, I should say. The scout will come out for Mertz as they start to head towards B. We always discuss this idea. It's actually 5 deagles now. Oh, that grenade does so much damage. That's the massive disadvantage of not having the armor. You're very vulnerable to grenades. If you're going to one-dig someone, it's unlikely you take any damage anyway. There you go. Angel will find the first one. It's not like armor saves them at all there, as they get another one. So we're starting to see how deadly these deagles really can be.
Toxic. Tries to get the shot in with the deagle, but they'll rotate back around with the healthy margin that they've given themselves. Inside of the A site, as soon as they arrive, they'll be confronted by AZ. With the weakest of the weapons. Debate that with the scout based on DPS, but not great against armor. Thankfully, they don't have any. That'll give him a chance to try and spray down multiple. He only manages the 1. Issa immediately trades off, and every trade is massive at this point for HellRaisers. Unfortunately for them, the one against Chiari will not be found. The M4, ooh, nice shot, Mertz. Will not amount to much. So double scout shot as well. North find the second round.
Certainly do. That does actually allow HellRaisers to go for a buy here if they wanted to. They've actually got 4K, so they still do get an early arrival in that sense. The fact to go for full eco at that point, they can bring out AKs right now. So that's quite cool. The fact they get 3 kills, you're almost certainly going to buy now. So an early purchase, so that's one way to go about it. So most teams would force buy there and maybe get the bomb down still after eco. If you just go for the Deagles no armor, if the bomb does get planted, you still bring out those AKs now. So that's a cool little trick from HellRaisers there. 4 AKs, 1 Mac 10 up against the 4 M4s and the single scout of Mertz. Going to round number 3 here. Big one for HellRaisers. Currently a map down. Flashbang from Valda. Pretty successful. He'll fall back up to spotting 3 players towards the top of mid.
Mertz tries to do what he can on the peak with the scout. Won't land any shots this time. So Dead Fox back toward the underpass. Bomb was in wait toward the top of, or the entrance to the B apartments. MSL getting a little bit aggressive toward that position, but gets away, and although he receives a good amount of damage, he cops out a similar amount to Angel in the process. And Angel, therefore, will have to rotate down below in the underpass and try to get into a position to support Issa. Kill on MSL might have changed the intent. Great positioning from Kirby. He'll take 1 and fall back, rightfully so. 3 in B, they went over to support off of the fact that MSL had taken so much damage, and that's still not a bad situation to be in because they have funneled them that direction. Single kill toward Connector. Rotations to cover off mid, but this has opened up a passage. They can go back, and they'll actually beat North in getting there. Bomb's going to cross jungle now, which means even though, I say that in events, they wouldn't be able to spot it, so easy time getting to A. Might be a harder time planting if Mertz can line up the shots correctly, but it's a scout and nothing more. Double kill goes the way of HellRaisers.
Yes.
Good reaction on a single kill. Bit of an overcommit on the rotation from North, but they've arrived to try and retake. With a single kit dropped by Volta, that can be recovered by Kiabi, but he's got a 1 versus 3.
Low HP, but without the kit, this is looking very unlikely. Any kills he can get will just make things uncomfortable for HellRaisers going forward. I think the money should be very low indeed for North, considering he lost so many players before to those Deagles. Final kill comes in. Dead Fox pick it up with the Mac 10, well recovered. And HellRaisers have arrived here. This should be a force buy from North. They're double eco regardless, so around $1,800 per player. I expect the PT50s, the Deagles, CZs to come out, and indeed they will. It's a couple of scouts as well, Mertz and Valda with those. CZs for the rest of them. AZ, Kiabi, and MSL with armor and a little bit of utility. 1 smoke, 1 HE, and a few flashbangs. That's about it. Unlikely to win this, but to be fantastic they could. Mertz has to hit something quite fantastic here towards middle. Does not connect the shot in between both of them, and Valda will hit his, but not the headshot, I'm afraid. So Voxic will live to tell the tale, and it will be now a 5 versus 4. And almost impossible for really North to really find these kills at this point. If Mertz peaks, he'll be taken down. There's ready and waiting for him to have another go.
MSL. Again getting aggressive toward the apartments. Will get spotted by Dead Fox, taken down as a result. Mertz collects on Angel. It's been a while since our desk segment due to the delay, Henry, so let's look at it. What do you think, North or HellRaisers? Just look at it.
To close this one out right now?
In general, for this map.
I think North. It's their pick, and HellRaisers haven't looked too good at all. But this is promising, though. HellRaisers should be able to win this round, 3 versus 2. Not over just yet. That's pesky CZ in front of them. Easy got to hit those shots, my friend. That could have been the absolute chance they had. So down he goes. We'll see a 2-2 scoreline. That was the fourth by remember. So it should be the eco now for North. 2-2, and HellRaisers should have a pretty clean run here in round number 5. Not really too much to be anticipated. $2,000 per North player. In terms of the loss bonus, it's second stage, of course. They'll get $2,400 into the next round. Won't be ideal. Certainly won't get the AWP out unless Mertz finds like 2 kills with the USP right here. That's unlikely, and they've gone for a mid-stack. We've seen a lot of teams do this recently. We saw it in the previous game, in fact, when Gambit were playing. So mid-stack does nothing for them. They go towards A. HellRaisers, that is. The bomb should be planted any second, and that should be round over relatively cleanly. still going through the procedures of dropping all the Molotovs and smokes, making sure they give nothing away. Respect that. Why risk anything when they could have CZs and armor?
2 smokes deployed in one location, a bit of a misuse of utility, which could have in a gun round been a bigger problem, given that the post plant then would not have as much of a fortified position. Kirby has picked up an AK. They immediately go searching for him, pincering if you look on the minimap as well. From spawn, they get all the kills required. And HellRaisers take the lead. 5 rifles for North. You just finished saying at the start of this map, at the commencement of this map, that the Ops are very fond of Mirage, or Mirage is very fond of the Ops. Won't be one in this round. At least not for the defense. Voxic will have one on the opposition.
Like we said, North still not in a stable position just yet. Even a 1 minute 40. They have 2 smokes remaining. No, well, they have 1 kit. And a few flashbangs, no incendiaries. I would say they would have been better off maybe actively challenging for a kill at the start, just to give them a little bit of an advantage there. HellRaisers certainly in the driving seat here. They'll be running a default themselves. Issa alone in towards that palace area as they go through the underpass, looking for anyone peeking towards middle. Doubt they'll get much action there, considering there's no AWP available. And now, 1 minute 10. Looks like an A split will be set up eventually as Voxic checks out that connector. Smokes deployed just to give them control of that area, but Mertz, he feels like he can get something done here. Smoke comes in though, and that will be his opportunity thwarted.
Shot from Mertz.
How's he done that? Was that a
Yeah,
gap?
I don't know. I didn't see that from his perspective. That could have just been a lucky lineup. I don't think there's a gap.
I don't
You're
think
going to
I'll be there
check
in
it, but you
time.
might get there in late. Yeah, it's starting to dissolve, so
There must have been, I guess.
I'd love to see it
Sounded
from his
very
perspective.
assertive when he was going for it.
It could be, as you mentioned previously in the map as well, that it goes with the graphic settings, because from our perspective, it certainly didn't seem obvious that there was one.
Well, still with the frag back in return. The problem is they're nowhere near the bomb site just yet. Coming for the connector now. That's the bomb down. Vauda finds it. He knows if he stays alive at this point, he'll do very well. Bondig struggles to get the kill. Issa certainly doesn't. Takes down AZ. That's actually the A side open. That's going to be the round. In a very difficult position to recover now for North. I don't think they'll do much with this one. Dead Fox nails the shot. Used to be the main AWP for the squad. And that's going to be it. 4-2 in favour of HellRaisers. Kiabi can't really do anything to do with this one. It's a lovely shot to take him down. And that's well recovered. It looked like after Vauda found the kill towards the connector, that was going to be it. Bomb down, but Bondig saves the day just about with the flank from jungle. Sprays him down, and then they win the round.
It was Oscar that started on this roster that Dead Fox replaced to become the AWP player.
Yes.
And he's proved to be actually quite a valuable asset, just given that he is versatile. At the time, I thought, well, geez, big shoes to fill. Dead Fox doesn't seem an obvious candidate, played very well in the AWP, and then they took that away from him and I went, well, what's his worth now? And he certainly continues to prove it.
Yeah, it's just great to have him there as a double or potentially, you know. So he's still...
But also just his skill on the rifle was greater than what I expected.
Absolutely. He's a good player.
So he's well-rounded. He's a good addition to a team. Deagle, MSL. Pulls off the angle, looked for the first window sill shot. Couldn't get it, and gets dunked by Bondik. Mertz is watching window, but not the doorway. In comes Bondik. He's fired a little bit preemptively. Couldn't catch Mertz in the first attempt, but chased him down. Armor for Valda and Carby, none for for AZ. But either way, they won't contest. They'll look for exits instead. Quite far removed from the immediate exit points. In fact, far enough away, in fact, that the bomb wouldn't kill them from there anyway, which means there's no guarantee they'll go by.
5-2. Clean sweep once again for HellRaisers. That money must get into a very promising situation. They're going to get $3,500 for the bomb going off per player. That puts Issa on $14,000. There are a couple of kills there towards the end, but another gun round here and a pause. So there we go, 5-2. It will be MSL to call it. Mertz bring out the AWP. We'll have a look at the score, but MSL 0-7. So maybe a chance to him just to recalibrate, work out what the problems are. Will they go for the double orb setup? They certainly can. We've seen AZ bring it out on train. Wasn't exactly groundbreaking, but it was fine. But just a single AWP for now. They've got all the utility they need for the first time in the gun rounds. They're winning the pistol. It's been 5 rounds in a row for HellRaisers.
Total damage? That's not even average damage. There you go. There's the graphs you were speaking about, Henry.
Yeah, we're going to start using them more.
They're catching on.
Yeah. We're going to bring them into our game.
Our game?
Yeah, our casting game.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. It's not a game, Henry. This is serious business.
Well, speaking of which, the AWPs are about to lock horns in middle. Mert's waiting the connector. Voxic on the other side. You can see Kiabi looking towards that underpass, protected by his sniper. Once they establish the middle is clear, they can go for this sort of setup. Changes things up a little bit there. Mert's presumably up against his run boost. That really hasn't gone well. But they will get a frag in response.
That seems like one of the more common ones to fail for whatever reason.
Yeah, it doesn't really work as a run boost if your booster shows himself like that.
Overextends the mark.
Yeah.
Volda gets Bondic down. That takes out the contest toward the connection point. Bomb will be recovered. It was dropped well back towards spawn. Dead Fox the one to do so, but a 2-man disadvantage based on the failed boost or run boost and then pushing through a smoke. So not the most organized round from HellRaisers.
Not ideal, that's for sure. Still plenty of chances for North to bounce back at this one. It'll all start here, though. They need to make sure they try and keep 4 players alive at this point. Dead Fox is showing himself towards B. He's like, you know what? That's not for me. As he'll fall back. His teammate has managed to get towards the A side. That's Issa. AZ could drop this, and if he goes down with nothing, that could be the round wide open. 10 seconds remaining, and he will hit the shot. Lovely stuff, and now Dead Fox has no choice but to try and go for the plant. Not going to happen. AZ gets both. Well played by him. It's finally a clean round on the rifle rounds for North. 5-3. Money, though, as we said, pretty astronomical for the HellRaisers at this point. Everyone's sitting around 5 digits, so they'll have another few buys available before North can break them down. Not the same story for the Danes, I'm afraid. Even with the reinvestment, they're all hovering around 2K right now. Maybe a bit less in some instances. NVIDIA, of course, the graphics platform with StarLadder. Buy it now. 1080 Ti, everyone's using it. The only company you should be interested in for your graphics card. How about that?
I agree. Wholeheartedly. No question on that one as Angel gets down to middle. There's smokes on either side. The wings are covered off, and so too is the window. KRB still exists within the top of the ladder and does look down to the window for the vent. He won't peek his... I was about to say little booty, Henry. That's you. But won't peek back out toward mid. The little booties. That was out of context. It didn't really work. It was just on my mind.
Of course.
Molotov to Volda. He gets away actually before it lands. They saw it being thrown, so therefore Angel won't get the opportunity with the gun drawn to catch him in transition. But it does still give him the confidence of clear, so he can work forward or closer to that position. No indication as of yet as to where HellRaisers are going to go because they're 1-1 and then 3 in middle trying to sort and solve that issue for them by way of getting a pick and information. And that is going to happen. Angel takes KRB out of it, which means Dead Fox now just has to find MSL, but he's found first. And still no commitment from HellRaisers as a result. Said now they're relying on the rotation of Volda. It certainly started, but it came back just in time to catch Angel through the vent. Bondic will collect AZ. Molotov's down. That buys them space towards CT, so therefore Bondic can cover off the vent, and both approaches are completely cleared. HellRaisers will find a round after the first in 5 went to North, meaning reset. And you said they had to keep 4 alive last round. They managed to do so, so saving these 2 weapons, they should have 1 buy left in the tank.
Yeah. Well, we'll see with the 2 weapons saved.
It's close.
Yeah, they'll still buy around it. That's if both survive. If one goes down, I would say they probably don't. But yeah, if both these M4s go into the next round, Valdo and MSL can both drop M4s. And there might be one compromise. Maybe not. Mertz has got enough to buy himself, so I think that's absolutely fine. He'll maybe want to be a FAMAS or a Scout instead. So we'll watch out for that. And HellRaisers looking at having a good time over there. Bodnik on the end. Round 10 coming in. Let's see what Mertz goes for. Goes for the M4 instead, and some Kevlar. No utility really, but HellRaisers are having a really good run here on Mirage. The stats suggested they wouldn't make much of a dent on North on this particular map after giving up their own train. But North looking relatively weak so far. Only won a single round since getting the pistol in the follow-up round. Bondig, what a shot that was. He just straight up faced with the M4. That was a brave play, and he'll be punished for it. KRB, same story. As he burns in the flames there, this is looking quite flat from North. Why they're forcing the issue so much one by one, I don't know. I have no problem with aggressive plays on Mirage. Maybe when they're a bit more coordinated, they're not just peaking one by one in the key choke points like window and shorts. As they continue to get picked off at this point, might as well try and recover the round, but this one's over. 5-on-2, Valda low. MSL of the AK. He's on 1 kill so far, so I don't think he'll be the one to rescue this situation. Dead Fox faking towards B. Even if he dies, it's not a problem, as they're all going towards A. Pulled everyone over to that side. It's going to be round.
Certainly. And I think North has realized it. They'll already go into save mode yet again, this time with a lot less left in reserve. So even with 2 guns, there won't be a buy around it. And HellRaisers extend the lead to 7-3, down a map in the series, and looking much better than they did on Train. On Train, they had a great start. It was 5-0. They lost in the end 16-7. So the fact that they're getting rounds a little bit beyond the start in this map is encouraging. And they've got the economic advantage.
Certainly have. 3-7 now. North. That was really quite disappointing. I couldn't really tell you why Mertz is straight up challenging middle with an M4, no armor, no nades. No flashes deployed, just went for it, and Bondik took him down. They even have a missed smoke, I think, on the T side. Wasn't any smoke deployed there. I think maybe he was thinking, with the fact they've missed a smoke, that I'll be anticipating that it's clear in window, and he could jump him. But Bondik hit a pretty spectacular shot, 7-3. This is very one-sided so far. And now 2 players with rifles, the rest of them full eco.
Angel already, oh my goodness, it was the boost of MSL that caught him. Already up toward that cubby hole in mid. Gets absolutely destroyed when he spots out. So Bondik still just holding behind the boxes, wants someone to walk through the connection point back to mid. I don't think there's going to be anyone that careless on North side. They've got the advantage, no need to get too aggressive, given that they've also already got 2. Oh, in CT spawn, or excuse me, in T-spawn. This is going to be amazing now because Issa thinks that's clear. He's called that. They are still disadvantaged on weapons, but it's one of the M4s that's on the flank. Voxic with an AWP goes down below. The question is, was he close enough, Valda, to have heard that? He'll hear Issa at Horseshoe. Hazy's going back to find him, and here we go. Trigger discipline. Let him slip in behind.
2 kills available, not anymore. Just the 1 as they're going towards A. They'll boost up towards short. This is an eco from North, and then old Kiabi's down the other side. Oh, he can't get the AK. He's done for. He won't get anything at all, and this was looking so good for North. But Valda, oh wow, what a shot from Issa. Takes him down, 3 versus 2. Mertz, I'm afraid you're absolutely done for. And AZ won't be able to do much of this. That was looking so promising, just so small timing.
It's one of those rounds that HellRaisers will never really know the potential danger that existed, because they'll have assumed that Valda pushed up, maybe based on the timing that he got to underpass so quickly after they checked in the apartments. Maybe they think he did flank them, but Issa thought it was clear. AZ was right behind them in the middle, and every time they were spotted, it was almost like there was a player in rotation. So they'll have never realized, perhaps, that they were actually all over them, but it just didn't work out. Like you say, small timings, and it goes against North. AZ's trying to survive yet again for the purpose of saving a weapon. 3rd round in a row that it's come to this for North. And he will get sorted by Dead Fox. Aim punch certainly was a factor in that duel.
Well, there we go. 8-3. As we'll see round 12 come through. AWP for Mertz, 4 M4s. But this one's spiraling out of control. They can't really get a footing on Mirage whatsoever. We'll see whether this sort of round, quite bare bones, no kits, little utility, just smoke, 1 incendiary, will be enough. HellRaisers just having a real clean run of it. After being down 2-0, pretty much every single round has been theirs. As they look to have the advantage here once more in round number 12. Tactical pause from Marcel. He said it's a rough time for him so far, 3 and 8. Got that one big kill with the AK to open up that round with the 2 rifles save. It wasn't enough still. So. Round 12 will have the pause, but HellRaisers know that North will be adjusting something here. If I'm HellRaisers, I'm maybe throwing a spanner in the works, something quite fast, maybe something towards B, mix it up a bit. And you can see, this is what North want to do. They're going to go for an aggressive play towards the A ramp with Valda and AZ there. And indeed, it was going to be a fast play from HellRaisers. Straight up towards short. Straight towards that B side, knowing that some sort of adjustment will come through. MSL can do nothing but smoke out that Molotov, try and deal the players towards short. But this is a great call from HellRaisers. Just when you think, North are going to have a try something aggressive, or they're going to try and adjust to what we're doing in the default, just throw something fast in there. Completely change the pace, and that's the round over. They have to save again, 9-3. North being out-called here.
Yep, HellRaisers are all over them, running rampage with this half. 9-3, massive deficit. Well, it's not unsurmountable, but it's a big deficit considering it's the deficit, there you go. Considering it's the T side as well, and this would, if it continues, force out a 3rd map in the series. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Again, they try and save, and again, they'll seemingly be successful in doing so. Not sure they'll get away with all 3 guns with Dead Fox. Quickly in tow. In the WAF. So KRB takes out Dead Fox. That'll increase the chances to have all 3 weapons preserved. But it is still HellRaisers that are firmly in control, and although there's been guns saved from North, and there has been reinvestment occasionally brought out from HellRaisers, not all of the rounds have been so close to have whittled down the economy as much as they would have liked. So if you look at Issa, 15-7, Foxic, 84-50. There's plenty left for HellRaisers to work with this being round 13. Essentially, they're going to have guns, or they will have guns, I should say, for the rest of the half. So no chance to break and pull back into it for North. They're going to have to do it the hard way. Hard way to the flames for AZ. Gets one, but Voxic is posted and ready.
Good stuff. 4-on-4, though. Voxic pulls it back. Gives the T's a massive advantage, especially that early on, that pick coming in. Plenty of time. CTs have to dump their utility just to hold on to the map areas they do control. AWP for Voxic. Picks up the bomb. And they could be making their way towards B. I can see a reaction, though. MSL, that's brave. Throws a flashbang around the corner. Will do well to survive this. Has to jump out the window here. 25 HP. Didn't do any damage in response. Minute remaining now. They know they've tagged him up. They still have 3 smokes, Molotovs, flashbangs. Not really the same story for North. 1 smoke remaining. Just trying to provoke a reaction here, I'd say. Works out. MSL needs to be very carefully calm, really challenge this. Let's get the 1 frag though, more than he was worth. And Kiabi, will he get anything from this? Doesn't look like him out. It's going to be another round in favor of HellRaisers unless something absolutely magnificent happens. It looks like maybe they consider a save. Valda's going to go up towards short though, so they'll both be in that area. Nice footwork by him.
I mean, how many times are you going to save?
Well, that's the thing,
That's
they have to.
5 rounds in a row?
Yep. You're just not going to win these rounds. Especially you've got Voxic set up at the AWP. You're both going towards short, so it's not like you can really flank them or pin to the bomb site. And they had Molotovs and smokes as well. It was the right call, unfortunately. But yes, saving again. Maximum loss bonus into the next round. For North's pick, they haven't really shown much.
No, they have not.
In terms of like tactics or firepower, no one's really stepped up. The AWP's been pretty much non-existent. And that's double digits now for HellRaisers on the T side of Mirage. 3rd map looking very likely.
Are we sure we looked at HLTV to get the pick order?
Yep. I remember it from the veto as well.
Okay, so it was in fact that way. I was trying to remember the veto to confirm that, because it seems so lopsided almost between the two maps that you would think it was the other way around. Sometimes you see teams steal the other team's respective map, or maybe if it's 2-0, one team's just that much greater than the other. But
last time they played Mirage, North won it, 16-12. That was at Tours. That was last week. So that's why I guess they wanted to play it, but maybe HellRaisers have got a read on it now.
My point is, it's not uncommon to see teams win each other's maps. It's just not usually done by larger deficits. KRB goes to the top of the stairs outside of connector. Volda will go all the way up toward the kitchen and get behind Dead Fox. That works wonders. Mertz is also pushed up at the far side, the T side of apartments. He'll find Fox taking the bomb, and doing so, he'll have to be careful, though, of Bondic. Not too careful. Makes it work. Grabs the AWP. Just Issa remaining. So in the 14th round, we find a 4th for North. This is when Issa wins it, just to...
Well, I don't... As epic as that would be, it looks like it's not possible right now. He's in T-spawn, the bomb's down. Nice pushes there. That's more assertive stuff from North as they push through. Valde actually getting some flanks going on. HellRaisers just haven't got their open pick of the entire map and can do whatever they want. The Orb actually doing some damage as well. Mertz waking up after... He got a couple of kills in the pistol round. Hasn't really done much since then. 36-9 after those two. Valde to get 3, finish things off. They get 10-5, they can still do this, but it will be a long, winding road to find it 16 on the T side. They are known as an execution-based team, and Mirage lends itself towards that, so we'll see if that comes into fruition. Final round of the first half here. We'll see the Orb outfit emerge, of course, but Voxic and co haven't really had to eco once from memory. I guess after losing the pistol, that would be it. The second round, they forced one in the third after getting the bomb down, and that's when they started to completely run away with it all. They've got 5 rounds in a row then, lost 1, resets North, 5 more rounds in a row, they've lost 1. Presumably, the trend continues, they'll win this round as well.
But it won't be a reset because
it's the last round.
It's inevitably a total reset.
Indeed.
So MSL up on to short. Smoke down. Oh, second shot needed to count from Mertz. Bondic will work his way in toward the ladder, flashed in, checks it. No one immediately there, so he'll be content in realizing that. Smoke deep this time in connector, back down toward mid. At this point, Volda is waiting for further information, so very, very passively he waits outside by the vents to see if he will be required on B, and he'll be quick to get there. Or if on A, he can react and rotate in. He's leading off more and more toward checker room, though. So smokes out top connector. And it does appear as HellRaisers are trying to use connector and the subsequent noise and utility to suggest A, while they hit B. Issa was also part of that plan, walked out late from Palace, but was taken down by AZ, so despite not taking down one of the rotators, he'll buy them space and time, but that time's gonna go nowhere if MSL has other ideas. Won't hit the last shot, which was arguably the easiest, but it doesn't matter because he found the valuable ones. The impact was there, and it's 10-5.
Great work by MSL. He had a very quiet half. It makes up for it, round number 15. 3 kills with the AWP, great work. And we're going to see 4 players survive. But like you said, it's the final round of the half. 10-5. I'd say disappointing, but not impossible. As if they win the pistol, they're right back into it. It's just going to be a lot longer to close this out 2-0. If you're just joining us, we are quite behind schedule. After the Renegades Gambit game, we had, I think it was, we called it quintuple overtime earlier on, which was over 50 rounds. And that really kind of set the pace as we went to a third map there as well. This could happen here. We're only on the second best of 3 of the day. We've got 4 to come in total. So you're going to have all the Counter-Strike all night and all day as we get into the second half here. We'll see whether North can win this pistol. They're going for a very technical play. 3 smokes, 2 HEs, 3 flashbangs, an upgraded pistol, only 2 sets of armor. So we'll see if this is enough. I'm interested to see what they bring to it. Most teams do execute towards A in these sort of rounds. I'm assuming the 2 smokes go towards jungle steps and there'll be 1 for CT spawn. Valde's going to throw the CD spawn one, but Issa could shut it all down. He is going to find the first kill, which does make things a lot more comfortable now for North.
Bondic below the balcony is waiting at this point to see what will arrive on his doorstep. Not much will, because Angels found the shots instead. Now they start from A-Main. Bondic realizes that above him is clear. He'll swing back out to get Mertz down, and it's on to MSL. HellRaisers putting up a great case with the second half pistol to force out a third map.
So, as I said, the smokes were dead on. So we had the smoke steps, jungle, and city spawn. The little slight variation there was North bought 2 HE grenades to bounce off and throw in towards that shadow position. Ideally killing a CT beneath, but didn't really do much damage at all. They just ran out with the nades and got picked off one by one. Quite a nice idea, but in practice didn't really work out too well for them whatsoever. Round 2, and we'll see Deagles, CZs, and a smoke and a flashbang. One scouts. This is the force buy from North. Lose this one, it could be pretty much guaranteed to be a third map, which is going to be Inferno. First shot for Mertz, though, trying to deny that the best he can.
Great shot from Kirby. North fighting back valiantly. MSL will swing through the underpass and rejoin 2 of his mates inside of the B tunnels. Dead Fox trying to solve where North is gone. They know that they've conceded middle, so right in assuming that one could be inside of the window room. A lot of noise toward B as we have our second camera and respective sound come up. Dead Fox identifies that, but still, and in fact, I was going to say still in an awkward situation. They're not even going to bother with this, so we'll go 1-1 to start the second half. Great shot from Kiarbi to take further damage, or give a further economic point of view to HellRaisers. They'll make up for it slightly by getting kills on the SMG for Voxic, but it is a UMP.
Well, as the scout shot from Mertz opened things up, it seemed like a desperate purchase for them, but it works out very nicely indeed towards the end. Even HellRaisers attempting to save. Didn't really take much into the next round at all. 11-6 now. Bondic presumably goes down here. Indeed he does. Bowder gets him. It's going to be 3 players to survive. Big round there for North. That's going to rekindle their chances of making this a 2-0. They'll have the Pharmacist save in the previous round. Maybe 1 AK. There it is for Kiarbi. Do HellRaisers force by him? I don't think they have to at all. Just wait until your chance to buy. Let's get the money nice and strong. You've got a huge buffer around, so just go for a little partial buy. I think that's perfect. No armor, some go to pistols. Make sure you win this out properly with all the utility and orbs you need.
MSL toward middle with a flash to connector. Looking to strike with speed. A reference to this map's alter alias. And Deagle had all day, but couldn't find the shot. Dead Fox finally gets MSL down, but AZ is immediately on his case on 2 HP no less, but they achieve their ambition of arriving on the B site with bomb planted and not having any intruders in position to deny, although Voxic does get Kirby toward the top middle. That will be a gun available to them. It's still going to be the round for North.
Certainly will. Cost them 2 players, but AZ survives on 2 HP. Fast approach towards B, and a fast shot from Issa with the Desert Eagle. Takes down Valda, recovers the Famous that they stole away in the previous round. AZ will be looking to take that back, but it looks like it's going to be maybe all 5 players dropping for North here, even though they win the round. Quite successful. If you think about it for HellRaisers, they didn't really invest much more than, what, $600 per player on average with the upgraded pistols. They managed to take away 2 rifles and a CZ from that, so it's not too bad. They can't... Well, I guess they probably can buy this now, considering they've saved those 2 weapons. This might be worth it. Let's have a look. We'll get Kevlar for Bondic and Issa. But that's all. They're playing a very conservative, smart game here. Not going to be throwing everything away. A lot of teams would, but this is HellRaisers showing discipline, which you love to see, man.
Discipline is a wonderful thing. The greatest teams use it as an ally. Greatest athletes in sport typically exercise it. Red Fox spots one, he'll fall off immediately, smoke down to his left so he can play the pillar and not have to worry about anyone working in from the van, but he had other worries perhaps he didn't consider, or did but couldn't defend as KRB gets the shot. AZ gets Angel and MSL follows up to push through on Issa. Bondic and Voxic. Another round for North, 11-8, closing the gap, having lost the pistol but responded, and now we're getting more of the map perhaps you would have expected based on previous encounters on these two.
Yes, it seems that the T side is a lot more efficient for North. You have to remember that their economy was an absolute mess on CT side. They barely got the orb out. Their utility was never really there. You could see it stifled them as a team. They didn't really want to go for the aggressive plays. Didn't really get in their groove, I would say. That's a fact to consider. I feel like if they won the pistol and had a clean sweep of it, got like a 4-0 style, we would have seen a lot more from them, but they seemed caged and rattled once they started getting out-orbed by Voxic, and they were just trying to hold up in defaults. Didn't really bring much to the table at all. But this is better. They've got back into the game. They lost the pistol short, but they've now won 3 rounds in a row. Money's starting to come back into favour, though. So this will be very indicative as to where this one's heading. Can North keep up this pace? They've got plenty of money. They've got one more buy available, I'd say. MSL on the orb. I guess if he's having a rough game with the rifles, or maybe he's just got the best spawn he can. He has got the best spawn. Okay, I was about to say, maybe there's some sort of theory craft there. Not going to work out for him, though. He got 3 kills at the end with the B play on the double orb, but that's just him using the spawn at the very start. Doesn't work out for him. Voxic plucks him from middle, and that's going to be an early 5-4. Mertz has recovered the orb, though, so not all is lost, as you can see. Yes, does go down in return. Not really worth him picking that, to be honest. Like, the fact they've got the opening kill, and he's just facing that straight with a rifle, with no flashbang going over from what I could see, that's just a bit of a misplay from him.
Good spot by you, and then he'd picked it back up. I would suggest that even if MSL hit the opening pick, he probably would have received the gun anyway.
Definitely, yeah.
But he made work, or short work, of Issa when he did grab it, so they put things back even. Talk about discipline. Teams who can manage money can compensate for perhaps a lack of direct skill against their opposition. KRB takes down Dead Fox. That is to say, you look at some other FPS games that have not really lasted long in terms of entertainment and had the history to esport. It's because of the repetition without that dynamic. It's such an ingenious system that's really been, I think, part of, not only an integral part of Counter-Strike in general, but a large part or result of its success. I think a lot of games have envied having that sort of risk-reward system and meta that comes along with it. So Voxic and Bondic to save, and North to find 9. That puts them within 2. Good execution again onto the B site. All as the result of Mertz starting things off by leveling the playing field in mid, giving them a bit more room to work toward B. And another bomb to go off. So a lot of rounds going, in terms of time, the distance, because of how many saves there have been on the CT sides in both halves. Remember, I think North saved, what, 5 in a row?
Yes,
one or two
did.
people.
That's true. They really did.
Actually, if you press tab, I know that because we don't have our own designated observer, you can see how many bomb detonations there were.
Save 2, save 2, save 3, save 2. That's all rounds they lost. So they were at least trying to keep the money strong.
But even just look at this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rounds in total between the two teams that the bomb's gone off.
Yeah,
suggesting that there's still CTs alive.
True. Yeah, everyone being very efficient. HellRaisers doesn't get away with it, the lead they've got. Trying to keep that money strong. But it is North posting 4 rounds in a row now. Round 21, Orbs out for Voxic again, and for Mertz, as he is in T-spawn right now. I think he went for the early A-ramp pick, but got nothing for it, making his way back towards middle. Coming to 5:30 here. Third map still on the cards in the second best of 3. So these guys, I'm sure, waiting in the doldrums for a while, anticipating when they could play the Renegades Gambit game, certainly. Got things a little bit deeper here as Dead Fox gets the first kill. Nice shot by him. Gets away efficiently as well. He gets that first frag, drops the smoke, and gets out of there no problem whatsoever.
Hold it. We'll drop down to mid and join the attack, the assault, the siege of the A sites. Pressure withstood from Angel. That gives this a bit to work with. He's had to go almost offensive on his defense and get toward A main. reverse perspective as he allows them to work from connector. They've got the HP advantage firmly and the man advantage this time for HellRaisers, so perhaps finally they can close out a round. They will, 12-9.
There it is, the first gun round for HellRaisers, 12-9, and they lost 4 rounds in a row. Money should be very strong for North at this point, and HellRaisers managed to keep, 3 players alive? They go for a double orb setup now. We talked about this at the beginning of the game. Voxic and Dead Fox will be doing damage here. Dead Fox very proficient with the AWP himself. Round 22, anyone's game still, but this round will be very telling as to whether HellRaisers can start stringing rounds together. If they lose this one, 3 players will be at $1,400 only, so that's if no one saves, of course, but big round as HellRaisers continue their campaign for Inferno.
MSL and Volta together will start to approach the A site. MSL with great success on the opener. He's still alive and still in contention because they've actually won the exchange at the top of connector. They lost it at the front of A main, and as a result of that, they know there's CTs deep within that territory. It'll give them room to go back to B, and MSL, good movement mechanics, will get up on top of Catwalk.
Drops smoke behind him as well, I think, just to give him some time. Dead Fox, a great reposition. After missing the shot in the kitchen, falls back towards the apartments and manages to get that first shot off.
You said it. It's worked.
And it will be now a plant coming in. They have time to try and take him down, and he might punish them for it. Great shot, though, from MSL. Flick's not going to work out for Mertz. Voxic should secure the round at this point. I don't see MSL winning this on 5 HP when they're so high, but he stays alive for now, Matt. That is actually quite promising.
3 kills in total for MSL. Bomb has been planted. That smoke is not on it. He's hoping, at best, he can disappear within it. The timing of that smoke was exceptional because MSL was trying to put the Molotov on top of the bomb. Instead, Voxic can now get inside of it, use that to his advantage, but the time has gone and MSL has been evasive. Just long enough. He's got it just barely. That bomb's going to go off.
Oh, that's really well played by MSL. I love that. You could see, I kind of discounted in that. I'll take it back and give my compliments towards MSL. Great play. That first kill he got, that took a lot of skill and had to hold his nerve in a really high-octane situation. That was such a big round for North there. It resets the economy of HellRaisers and maybe denies the third map. Gets that first kill and he's got the utility. Only 5 HP. The only way he can win it is by using smoke and mirrors, quite literally, as he drops the smoke, hides in it for so long, forces the CT to make a play. Doesn't work out for him at all, and they have to go to a full eco at this point. Well done to MSL. Difficult game for him, using his wits to win the round instead of his firepower. So we'll get into round number 23. Full execution towards A. Should be a very simple round. Let's save that, Foxy. Let's get a nice shot.
Shot return as well from Mertz, and it's all too easy. North within 1 of HellRaisers, and the lead evaporates. Inferno may not be needed. It hangs in the balance as we get to an AWP for Voxic. We go Famas for Issa. We've got an M4, A4, Bondic, A1S, Angel, and MP9. My favorite of the weapons. Just so cute.
It is nice, isn't it? Nice little sewing machine. It's going to be a B rush, though. Why not? MSL is growing in confidence, as Dead Fox will be challenged. He's only got that weapon. The nade's decent, though. Can he do anything with it? Flashbangs all over the place. He drops the same smoke he's been deploying time and time again. They know where he is, but MSL finds the first. It's 2 kills on an MP9, though. It might look cute, but it's doing a lot of deadly damage this round. 3 versus 2. Can he get anything more? He can't. 2 on 2, but Dead Fox got 3 with the SMG.
MP9 against armor. Pretty good, and that's going to allow Voxic the opportunity for more. Edge of the wall, he'll tag Kiarby, but that won't kill him. And if he's alive, he's got a chance. That chance now squandered by Bondic, so HellRaisers still maintain the lead. In doing so, they get inches closer to the end, but they're not out of the woods just yet. There's not a whole lot of money for Volta, but the rest can force around it on the T side. Say force, they'll be actually just fully able to buy around it. So All to play for round 25.
There we go. There's Dead Fox in your screen right now. 3 kills to the MP9. Probably the worst weapon you'd think for that sort of scenario. You want some damage, you want some range, some rifles, but he drops that same smoke, and that smoke is so difficult to flush him out of because you can't drop any Molotovs there. Flashbangs, you're not sure if they're affecting him. Is he in the smoke? And he just ducks and weaves around it, and now this is it. Do or die time. HellRaisers all fully invested. North will try and answer back as quick as they can, knowing there's another reset potential. Both teams will be eco, whoever loses it. Mads with the smoke going in towards a connector. It's quite a cool one.
Angel with the nade, well timed. Will strike at MSL's feet. He'll get down to 54. KRB, meanwhile, will work up from connector. There's a smoke down, but he's gone immediately through it. Issa might be able to spawn his teammate in AZ, but he was watching that direction, knowing that KRB was preoccupied. He'll actually get the trade off of it. Mertz, meanwhile, goes for Bondik. KRB was aware of that situation as well, so he is reading with his teammates and working off them effectively, but they're still in a 3 versus 3. Benefit to them in having the bomb down, and KRB's going to stay aggressive. Headshot angle, perfect position to find the first kill, but Angel sprays him down through the box immediately after, and it leaves us with MSL in mid waiting for rotations, and Valda in the site with nothing to work with at all. Dead Fox down, but Valda on the CZ. I shouldn't say nothing, but it is a CZ, but he's far removed. And still makes it work based on timing and position.
All 5 players go down, Matt. All 5 players are fully invested. 13 to 12, and HellRaisers either go all in right now, forced by with the $1,400 they've got, or they take the full eco. Both options are pretty devastating, to be honest. But Kiabi, great work there with the AK-47, comes in and decimates everyone on the A-bomb site. They were fully invested there, and it was Valda to finish things off. You can see Bondik, what he was going for at that point. Tried to drop the smoke in front of the bomb, hoping they'd both be towards that connector or short. Actually wasn't the case. Valda posted up in the apartments, shut it all down. 13 to 12. Much better stuff. You can see why North want to play Mirage when they're playing like this on the Z-side. As AZ, though, is going to find himself in a bit of trouble here. He probably goes down to Bondik, gives up a rifle, but he has got an arm and go with it. It's still a 4 versus 4.
Great shot. KRB and MSL able to take advantage of the lack of weaponry. Bondik has picked up an AK-47. He may elect to hold, and I think he will. They're both backing off, but the problem is that one of them, fortunately, it's Dead Fox with the pistol rather than the AK-47, but one of them was going directly toward where North was already situated. No AK carried over, 13-13. I dare say the control to North.
Yes, they have to take another eco here. That was the partial buy of sorts. They only got some upgraded pistols, got 1 frag. That was about it. All 5 went down. They're averaging about 3k right now. And with the tactical pause from HellRaisers, they tried to go for a little aggressive play there towards the apartments. They get 1 kill, but very well reacted. Well, we've got a chance, Matt. We haven't checked into the scoreboard for a while. Shall we do that? It will be 20 kills for Kiabi at the very top, showing his worth at this point. I think a lot of people doubted him towards the end of Astralis. It felt like he needed a fresh start. I haven't really seen him come out of his shell just yet, but this is a good performance. And it's 20 kills, 17 deaths. MSL 17. He's turned his game around. In the first half, he had, what, 5 kills at the end of the first, I think? We can even check. Let's do our graph, shall we? Total kills, MSL. He finished the first one on 7, and now he's got 10 in the second half. So he's pulled it right around. And we'll see if he can continue to do so as we get into the next half, shall we? Next half, next round. It's been a long day. We've been here since 9. But my brain's still going. I'm still here with you.
Good to know. To die by your side.
Let's not go there.
A little Morrissey for you.
Indeed. Never going to complain about that. But Bondik with the first kill.
He is your light that never goes out.
Well, he might go out eventually. You never know. But it's in my heart, yes.
That's what I meant, yeah. Yes. So Issa's going to get boosted up. The AK. Angle down to the bottom of connector. Wants the headshot potential that it creates, but I don't think creation will come to fruition because it's over toward B through the apartments instead. This is rotated back in. Thankfully, Bondik, fully blind, tries to emerge just to catch them coming out of the window. That's what Issa tried to do as well. But he was found out and traded off by a well-aware Volda. And it's a 3 versus 2. It's about to be a 14-13 game. That doesn't say much because it's a tie, but to North, just to specify. Oof. It was going to be 14-13 either way.
Yeah, true. But it is now North taking the lead for the first time in quite some time. So there we go. Money's finally building back up for HellRaisers. Still anyone's game remember on CT's side, but CT's won the pistol. They've only got 2 rounds since then. Very reminiscent of what we saw in the first half for North. So it's actually the T side has been more favourable to both of these teams. You'd think with the double or potential of HellRaisers, they'd be running away with the CT half. We haven't really seen much of it so far. Back to the rifles and Voxic glass cannon, no diffuse kits whatsoever. It's going to be an A execution like this from North. They're really getting together now. The calls are starting to look much cleaner. The reactions are there. The clutches are starting to work out. MSL's posting good frags. It's all kind of digging itself out of the hole it was in. Voxic, yeah, I was about to say, he's going to almost nail that shot. Guaranteed. It's the smoke didn't quite bloom before AZ came out. And now 4 versus 4 ensues. Vox is still alive towards the jungle, but the terrorists have got full control of the A side, man. The bomb's been planted nice and open. They've still got a Molotov, flashbangs, CTs on the back foot here. Remember, no kit. Might not even be worth going for it. Bear that in mind, but looking at the barrel of the series point, probably have to. As soon as they deploy that Molotov, though, CTs do have a smoke, to be fair, but that's already been used. I would say you want to deploy that Molotov in the next 5 or 6 seconds. They actually used it towards CT spawn to stop the pushes coming in.
Good play from Dead Fox to shut out MSL, but it may not be enough with that bomb still ticking. Re-entrance from Dead Fox to respond to the fact that Mertz found a kill, but North still win the round. We find ourselves on map and series point.
Absolutely so. Who would have thought? 10-5 half after losing the pistol as well. It seemed like we were almost certain to go towards Inferno. It's not done just yet, but it would have to be overtime from HellRaisers on the back foot. They're bringing out the sewing machines again in full force. The MP9s will be deployed by Dead Fox and Bondic. Angel on the FAMAS. Is this where it all comes to a crashing end for HellRaisers? It might be. Just to reiterate, they're not out of the tournament like earlier games. This is a 1-1 game. Not really much happens to this. You lose a life. Both teams will still be in the tournament. No one progresses. It's just how the Swiss format works. That's why I was saying, like, sometimes Swiss format can lose some of the hype. It's like, well, that's it. But both teams will be fine here, just to make sure that's clear. Angel, though, smoked out. He might not be fine as Dead Fox waits.
It's a game that... Good play from Dead Fox. Angel as well. This could go all the rounds. Still has the potential to do so. Advantage, although taken back by AZ. I was going to say to HellRaisers. It's a game that has more significance to the players for obvious reasons than perhaps the spectators, as you're saying. There's not as much on the line.
Exactly.
In terms of, it's not as cutthroat from our perspective, but to them it's significant to be in the upper bracket. That's certainly true. Volder will get his up, but it's Bondic to pull it back just in time. We go round 30.
He won't be able to save the ore, but he does get the M4. Plenty of money for North, but overtime looms. We're going to see all the rounds for sure. Maybe a few more. Pause for MSL. And it's 15-14. 1 round will do it for the Danes, of course. They've got, I'd say, plenty of cash. A couple of compromises will be made. Maybe 1 or 2 players about all the grenades. It's actually fine with the AWP in the hands of Mertz. They will spend all the cash, but it's been distributed wisely, I would say. HellRaisers have a bit of a tough time. They're going to get $3,500 for the round victory for defusing the bomb. You get $3,250 if you win without defusing the bomb, just a note. And with that, only 1 player survives. So that's, as I'm sure you're all aware, not enough to purchase fully on the CT side. So we'll see a scout for Voxic, FAMAS for Angel. Dead Fox hasn't purchased anything yet. He's got 4K. This buy could be everything. So he's going to take his time to work out what he wants. I would say a FAMAS armor would make sense. He goes with the MP9 again. He has been doing great work of it, so why not? And you remember, North have been bullying the B-bomb, so they've been killing players there. That's where the money's going to be weak. So I guess if you're trying to be objective at that point, go there. That's where the money's going to be low, but AZ doesn't seem to care. He will be getting the first kill at the A ramp. Runs up with a good spawn, completely eviscerates Bondic. Now a 5 versus 4. I'm surprised they're operating so quickly. I'll be waiting for CT reactions, but let's see what this does for them. Players towards short and the connector. 1 more round will do it for North. If they do damage towards this, so he'll have to fall back.
He'll do so. North nervously look to take advantage of the 1-man advantage, the power play. Maniac once called it, but that's taken away from them. Issa, the one to do so. In doing it, he's revealed his position and then conceded connector, meaning MSL was able to capitalize, swing in, pincer him off, and it's down to just Voxic and Angel to try and keep HellRaisers alive. Any hope of forcing a third map first hinges on forcing an overtime on Mirage, which seems less and less likely as Mertz takes down Angel. Voxic with a scout, flashed off, will be taken down. Good comeback from North throughout the course of that map. First half did not look promising at all, and they managed a 16-14 victory to go 2-0.
They certainly do. Well played by North. Much better on their T side. Impressed by that. Good calling from MSL. Good recovery as well in terms of his personal performance. It seemed like that three-man AWP kill towards the end of the first half really revitalized him. He played almost a perfect game in the second half. Calling was much better. Just goes to show it was a massive issue with the money, and you can see they weren't really comfortable on the CD side. They couldn't really get into their groove. So well played by North. Very promising stuff. They go 2-1 now. So they're one game away from the playoffs, and they still have an extra life there. Not the same story for HellRaisers to go 1-2, but a good game. And luckily, I will say for the schedule today, we didn't go to the third map, as now we can maybe play catch up. We still got 2 best-of-3s to go here, and some big games as well. So don't go anywhere. And just one more final shout out to North. That was pretty decent performance from Mirage. I'm happy with that comeback. That was very well done.
It was very well done, and again, we emphasized the problems they had in the first half. At 10-5 at half, you pointed out that twice they had a string of 5 rounds that was one round and then taken back against them, so harsh resets. Fortunately, the second one came at the end of the half, so it didn't really constitute the same result in that effect, but it was a huge struggle for them to get economics in their favor. Yeah. And they recovered brilliantly.
Yeah, really well done. And the fact they lost the pistol in the second half as well, like it was all great. Some nice work from Mertz on the scout as well, some influential kills there. I think he's proven himself to be a pretty decent AWP in this series. Train especially looked very good. He definitely has his criticism in terms of his inconsistency, and he showed himself to be good this series at least.
He still doesn't strike me like they're few and far between, right? The Guardians, the Kenny S when he's on form, that flashy, aggressive style, but that doesn't need to be. He can hold his angles and hit some shots.
Guardians got what? 10+ years of CS experience. This guy's his rookie year as a pro player.
True.
So him posting good numbers like this and learning and working out how he kind of uses his tool set efficiently, I think is going to be very promising going forward. It was a great performance on Train. Hopefully we can see more of that. And that about does it for us. Do we know?
Does today.
So yeah, we're done. That was quite a long shift. I'll give it that.
That was our 9 to 5.
That was actually, we did a real man's working day. We did 9 to 5. But I wouldn't never do it again. I'm happy with just working about 4 hours a day.
Okay.
So about all I can do.
All right, with that, we'll send it to Paula. He's on the floor.
I am on the floor, Matt. Luckily not lying down it, which is the position you've left HellRaisers in after beating them 2-0. You had some great T-halves, but that CT on Mirage was not too strong. Just give me an opinion on why that was.
I think it actually caught us by surprise that they, first of all, chose to start on the T side. That was really unexpected, and yeah, we actually thought it was because they were on tilt from the first map, but they must have seen through demos that our T side has been really strong lately. I think we've been averaging like 11 or 12 rounds, so yeah, just starting on the CT side probably didn't make sense for them, and yeah, they had a great T side, so credit to them for that.
When I spoke to Ave before the match, he spoke on how going up against HellRaisers, who you have played a lot recently and over time, the meta has become quite convoluted. It's really complex. You're outguessing each other each time. Did that actually come to fruition in this match, or was it more simple?
No, it definitely wasn't simple. On the Mirage T side, they tried to do a lot of B fakes and just like throwing one grenade here and one grenade there to like make the rotation, to mess up our rotation, and yeah, it really messed with our minds for a few rounds, but I think we managed to get the last couple of rounds of CT, and that just kicked us into a really good CT side after we won that force buy. So yeah, if we didn't win that force buy, I probably think we would have lost Mirage.
Yes, specifically about Mirage, when you have a CT side where you only get 5 rounds, it's a pretty drastic position to be in. You need to start making some moves and fast. What was the change? Was there anything specific, or did MSL and Ave during the halftime break just tell you, play solid, play your normal roles?
We knew right when we won that force buy. We knew that if we made our default work, we could make all our fast strategies work. So once we got the default running, we got some opening kills, and I think we just made a lot of momentum calls, and that all credit goes to himself for that one. He's the one calling all the shots, and yeah, Ave took a really good timeout in the final round when we were ahead 15-14. And we knew that they would be low on money, so if we ran the default, we could easily win the round if we just waited out the few smokes. So yeah, credit to himself for all the calls.
Valdemar, you're one step closer to reaching the playoffs. Can you taste it?
Yeah, I can taste it. Just one more match to go, and yeah, I don't even know who we can face, but it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, it will be from a potential pool that I can't exactly confirm to you right now. But since it's so close, what do you feel your chances are in that next match of just winning it out and not having to battle it losing and then potentially going out of the tournament after that?
I think our chances are pretty good. I think we've shown really good promise lately, coming right off DreamHack Tours, where we obviously won the tournament, and into here, I think we've got a lot of strong maps in the process, and no matter who we're going up against, I'm pretty confident that we can take the win.
Final couple of questions directed more personally to you, Valda. What was going on earlier when you were distracting me when I was trying to do an interview? Unfortunately, right now, there's no one to do that here because I'd love to put you on the spot. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
I just think me and AC we're having a bit of fun and we're doing nothing, so might as well annoy Parla. Why not?
Sounded like a good idea at the time. It was very tough for me. And what else have you been up to aside from practicing CS and doing the North life, so to speak? You're looking in great shape. Maybe you want to flex the biceps for everyone at home?
No, those are only for my girlfriend.
All right, fantastic. Well, if you'd like to address her or anybody at home, please do go ahead.
Yeah, just thank you for watching, guys. It's been great. We actually received so much support lately from our true fans. And yeah, I hope we can continue playing great here and see you tomorrow for another game.
Indeed. Congratulations. You're now 2 for 1. All right, that'll be it from the floor. Let's head back to, I think it's the desk. Could be the casters. We'll see.